let's get started. It's day 2, and hello! My name is Shane Whalley, and I'm here to celebrate our 5 days of YouTube Christmas. Thank you so much for joining me. Grab your eggnog if you like it. I like eggnog. And let's get ready to bake some amazing treats. Today we're going to be having a bunch of things getting prepared for the next 3 days of our YouTube Christmas. So we have a lot of pastry to make today, and it's going to be fine because all this pastry we're making will go for each item. This pastry recipe is just going to be doubled. So when you see the ingredients appear on the screen or even in the description, because then I'll be able to put it there so you guys can access it at all times. Now let's start making some pastry. Actually, since I said this is a family recipe, I'm going to get my mom and we're going to make it together. Mom? 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 I got her.
Yeah, I have Christmassy things to do as well for my writer side. But I'm down here helping Shane with recipes that are old.
Well, I'm going to be reading this recipe out, and it's going to be talking about it in one batch. All you have to do for the 3 items we're making, I had to make sure that I was saying 3. Three items we're making this 5 days of YouTube Christmas is all you need is the batch times 2. Ready? Pens, pencils, everything good to go? Pause if you need. We'll go. So, 1 pound of Tenderflake lard, or substitution if you require that of any form of dietary. 5 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour for this one.
Unbleached.
Unbleached?
Mm-hmm. Unbleached.
Unbleached.
Yes.
And then we're using 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then this is going to be a little bit tricky, but it will make sense when I demonstrate it by hand. But 1 egg in a cup with 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then in that measuring cup, measure it up to 1 cup leveled with water. And that's what you need. That's a little tricky part. But if you get that, you just need 1. So with the egg and the vinegar in here, all you need to do is fill it up to the 1 cup line. And then it'll be exactly what you need with the egg and the 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And that will be your pastry for all 3 items that we're making. The pie, the sausage rolls, and the butter tarts. That's your pastry recipe. Remember it for all the things coming up. I will make sure in each video in the description is there. So we got everything sorted out into our bins. So we have our flour, we have our vinegar, our sugar, and our eggs. So 10 cups of flour, because we're doubling the batch. 4 tablespoons of vinegar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. And we have 2 eggs. Okay? So what we're going to do, as I was mentioning, because since we're going to mix everything inside of this bowl, we're going to add the vinegar, our vinegar, to our eggs.
This is the 2 cup thingy.
Yeah.
There we go.
And so, as you can see here, 2 cup line. Okay? It's just bubbles that are on top. And then we're going to break the eggs, and we're going to mix it up.
You want to break?
I know.
All right, there you go.
So we have it mixed. We're going to add in our sugar because that dries together, and then you add your wets afterwards. And then I'm going to make a well. We add it in. Toss over, and then just incorporate. So we're just going to cut up the Tenderflake after it just starts to cook in a little bit.
Now what Shane's got going on here with 2 knives, if you don't have a pastry cutter like we do, that's a pastry cutter. If you don't have that, I use these for many years, and all you do is you just kind of cut like this.
So once we have the first one cut like this, we're going to add the second one in, so it'll be a lot easier to incorporate both of them. So I know I should have put the lard in first, and I'm sure there's going to be someone who makes a comment about that, but this is the answer for that. I wanted to prove how fail-safe this pastry is. So I messed up on purpose.
Doubling the recipe really does make it more of a challenge. I have never doubled it. I just would make another batch. But Shane wanted to double it today, so we'll see how it goes.
And I'm not eating any of this. I'm simply doing this for you guys to be able to make on your own. If you wish to celebrate with your family, give it as a gift to someone who will eat it. Because this is not something that I enjoy eating anymore.
Somebody's got mucky hands, so I'm gonna do this for him. A bit of flour on the counter and turn out the pastry, and because there's so much, we're just gonna try and give it another knead.
So as I mentioned, we're gonna be cutting into thirds. So we're gonna be having 3 projects. So we're gonna cut into thirds, and then we'll make it a lot easier to roll the rest of the way. So now, we're just gonna roll them into balls. Each one will have to be a ball, and we're gonna wrap them in saran wrap and let them chill. So the small one will be wrapping up, and we'll be chilling it for about half an hour. And then the other ones, we'll just be chilling until we make them later on. So, totally fine. It's okay to have them chilling for that long. And now's the time to clean up your station, wash your hands, and then as those chill, by the time you're done, you should be ready for the first bit of rolling out to start shaping them into our butter tarts. And I'll go over the butter tart recipe as well, so you know exactly what we're doing, so you can do it yourself. We had a technical difficulty appear when it came with the camera, so I'm so sorry that was lost. But what I'm going to quickly show you and talk to you about here with the other camera working, and these are my phone because I want to make sure you guys get this other angle. So we took the dough, we added a little bit of water to the outside so that I can grab all the flaky bits that are falling off. And then we rolled it. We didn't press it too much, but these were just freshly rolled. So, as you can see in here, saran wrap, when I squeeze it, it still forms. This one's gonna be for our sausage rolls. As I push in, it still forms. And this one's gonna be for the butter tarts today. As I squish it, it still forms. So it wants to be soft. We're gonna have to chill these for about 20 minutes for day use, but since we're gonna be using these ones later, we can use them for a different part. This one's gonna chill, and then we'll be rolling it out, and we'll be forming it for you guys, and showing you everything that you need to do. When you are making your dough, it is okay if it flakes apart. As I was saying, I added water to mine. Have a little bit of flour on the counter so that it doesn't stick. Not like water, just your fingertips wet, so that you can just pick up and push and pick and push. It's just like a rolling knead, and then turn it, roll and knead, turn it, roll and knead, and everything will be totally okay. So we're gonna put these in the fridge, we're gonna calm it down, and everything will be great. So while the pastry is resting, we're gonna make the inside for the butter tart. Even though the pastry was doubled, you're not gonna double this because we're only doing it for the inside of the butter tarts. All the fillers will just be the regular recipe. And this one's old too. So I'll read it to you now. Again, writing on the side, and we'll leave in the description as well so you can find it right away for when you make it on your own. Here we go. We'll have 1/4 cup of butter, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a few drops of lemon juice, a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, 1 egg beaten, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and if you want to put anything inside of it, I'm not going to put anything inside this one, but you could put in raisins, you could put in pecans, however you want to pronounce them, wherever you're from. I know there's so many people who say it different ways. You could put whatever you like in them. I like mine just a nice sweetness, no chunky or anything in there, unless you wanted to put chocolate chips or score pieces inside of it. Any form of dessert you want, you could put inside. Just make sure that your mixture is fine with it, because we're only filling up the butter tarts 3/4 full. And here we go. Just a close up so you guys can see. 1/4 cup of butter, and we've mixed in our brown sugar. We've added in our salt, the lemon juice, the corn syrup. We haven't added the eggs yet, but we did add the vanilla. I wanted to stir this up first, get it nice and creamed, and then we'll add the eggs in slowly just to mix in the rest, and then we'll be good. As after the butter settles down, it resembles this type of look. We'll then add the eggs in and then mix up again. Make sure that your eggs are already pre-beaten. And there you go. It doesn't look too appetizing at this moment, but all this butter is gonna melt and it's gonna become super, super tasty once it's cooked. So now let's get to the dough. We're gonna roll it out and then we're gonna put it into our really handy dandy muffin tins. And then our cut size is going to be about that big. I don't have the dimensions. Give me a sec. I have something I can measure with. One sec. 4.5 inches in diameter. Now that this is clean, get some flour, just a pinch, dust it. Grab your pastry. Look at the pastry. Admire your pastry. You made a beautiful pastry with a 65-year-old rolling pin. Push up. Sprinkle a little bit of flour on top. Don't roll it too thin. Okay, so that's roughly what you're gonna have. Now with this, we're gonna take a little bowl that has some flour in it, dump the rings inside. Make sure that our non-stick pan is ready to go. We're just gonna take it out, get to the corner, push, turn, and then I have a little bit of a pastry pickup sheet. So just cut that, pick it up, flip it upside down, put it inside, put it in. It's not meant to be beautiful. Don't push them too far to the ground. It's okay to be a little bit up, and that's how your first one will look. Fold it, kind of like a clover, 4-leaf clover would look, and then push it out. It's okay to not let it touch the bottom of the pan because it will fill down. So we are just trying to get the shape more to be like an ugly clover. I'm only using this because I actually don't have any rail cutters. But hey, it says utensils on it, but it works. And here are our tarts. They're little weird clovers, and that's the shape that you want to have. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the joy of a butter tart. They're meant to be deliciously unique. What do you do with the leftover dough? Well, you can freeze it. You can for 2 weeks, or you have it for 3 days, so you can make more. And you still have a whole bunch of our wonderful filling, but this will fill up about 12 butter tarts. So you still have another 6 out of here. Just give it one last quick stir. Break up any of the large pieces of butter that are in there. You only want semi-small pieces. This smells so good. Now, you're only gonna fill the tarts up to 3/4 of the whole tart. I'm using a 1/4 cup. I'm just pouring that in. There we go. A little bit of mess. Now, for those of you who've made it this far, I have a secret. Just for you, because you made it this far. If you want to make sure that your butter tarts don't froth too much on the top, add a little bit of salt to the bottom just before you add in any of your filler. Okay? It's not too late if you've done it without watching this all this way. You can add it to the top and it will still work, but preferably the bottom. So there you have it, your little butter tarts. And now, and see how uneven they are and everything? That is okay. Again, foolproof, foolproof. All you have to do, mix pastry, fill them up, and stick them in the oven. Have your oven preheated to 375 degrees. And just place them in for 20 minutes until they're nice and golden and crispy. It's okay how everything is, I promise you. You did a great job. Let's see how they cook. So those are in the oven. They should only be in there for about 20 minutes. We'll pull them out and look how great they've turned out. I'm sure that if you're doing this recipe alongside of me or on your own at any point in time, it's gonna look and taste amazing. Again, I'm not gonna be eating these, so I'll have my mom taste test. And she can tell me how they taste. Cause I'm not gonna be having any. And I'm proud about it, proud about it, proud about it. Because before I would eat the whole tray. And I am not. Good news! I just got a package while we're waiting for these, and I got a whole outfit. I don't have clothes that fit nice like this. Look at this! It's a Thank you. It's from my agency. I love it. Thank you. But since we're baking and I love this color so much, I'm gonna switch back into my normal clothes. Is there something on it?
A bit of fluff.
A bit of fluff. I'm gonna switch back into my regular clothes. So I don't want to get these ruined. They're so beautiful. Okay. Ooh. Look at those. Here we go. Wow. And look at those. Aren't they glorious? Has a nice little flaky crust around. Didn't overflow. It's nice and buttery, so still, as they come out, just take a sharp, flat knife and go around the edges. Oh, that one's nice and loose. Nice and loose. Nice and loose. Nice and loose. Oh, this one just just a little bit. So now that our glorious butter tarts are ready to go, we're gonna let them sit inside of the tray just for about a minute because we wanna make sure they keep their form. Then we're gonna pull them out and let them rest on a nice cooling rack, preferably a wired one. So now we're gonna take a bendable, sharp knife and we're gonna lift them out. So you just slide it down without trying to break the crust. Lift it with your fingers to assist it on the side. Pull it up, the knife underneath, and then you place it just like so on the rack. And now you know why you don't have to grease the pans. There's still a little bit of crumbs in here, but it still didn't stick. So we got them out of their trays and now they're sitting on the cooling rack, and I just kind of want to show you guys the bottom of these because they look gorgeous.
And so flaky.
So flaky. Look at that.
Perfect.
No leakage, everything's crispy and flaky. And all I have to do is let them cool so that Mom,
I get to taste test.
she gets to taste test. And I don't know, I'm really proud. They look so
be.
flaky. I wish there was like, let's see. Good.
There you go.
Look at that. Look at how
He did
flaky.
good on the pastry.
Oh, thank you.
That's why I said no fail pastry.
It honestly, truly is foolproof. I think.
I think so. I think they look awesome. Now we do the sound, like the scratch sound of the,
Scratch on.
you know, when you use the knife and you just listen to the crisp.
Listen to this crisp. And there's our tart on a nice little Christmas plate. And we're gonna have Mom try it out. Okay, ready?
Okay. Okay. Mmm. Well done.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's good?
Look at all the lovely flakes and that on the plate. Shane did a great job.
Thank you.
I have another one.
So that concludes our day 2 of 5 days of Christmas YouTube. It's been fantastic. I have never made butter tarts myself before, so this is the first time. I've only seen my mom ever make them. So I hope that her words that she said about how they tasted does it well. I hope they turn out great for you. And I'm so excited to give these away to my family for the holidays. I hope that you have yourself a wonderful evening. Don't forget to hit that little bell, like and subscribe, and feel free to comment on how yours turned out if you made them, or whatever your favorite pastry dish is. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Check out for the next video come out where we're going to be doing sausage rolls. And remember, with that pastry recipe, it goes for the sausage rolls we're doing, the tarts today, and that crisp blizzard apple pie. Have yourself a wonderful evening, or day, or afternoon, or night, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye!